Welcome to my next Walking Dead Dead City Season 2 episode review video. So I was able to watch the episode early on the YouTube AMC Plus channel. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead Dead City, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely better take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, Font, you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. If you're finding JDev TV for the first time or new to JDev TV, welcome to the channel. If you like The Walking Dead, Dexter, UFC fight reactions, and other content, make sure that you like and subscribe. As many of you know, I'm a massive Walking Dead fan. The Walking Dead is currently my favorite TV show of all time, and I've reviewed every single episode of The Walking Dead on this channel. I've reviewed every single episode of The Walking Dead Dead City thus far. I've reviewed all the episodes of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, or The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, The Book of Geralt. Whatever you want to call it, that is a long name. Reviewed all those, and of course I reviewed The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live, all of which are really good shows. I also have watched all the other shows, The Walking Dead, World Beyond, and Fear the Walking Dead. Those two shows, Fear the Walking Dead has a couple good seasons, but mostly it's kind of dumb, although there are some good moments. And maybe someday I'll revisit that show and actually do reviews of it on this channel, although the demand has to be there. And of course, I did watch The Walking Dead World Beyond. Thought I was going to hate it going into it. After the first couple episodes, I ended up liking it. The first couple episodes aren't the best, but I actually like The Walking Dead World Beyond. It's not bad. It's kind of interesting. I thought I would hate it. Obviously, I watched it going into The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, to learn more about the CRM, and I did like it. So if you want Walking Dead content, definitely come back to this channel or stay on this channel, subscribe to the channel. If you want to familiarize yourself with my Walking Dead fandom and help me out with the YouTube algorithm, make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of The Walking Dead Dead City. What would you score the episode in? Whom, if you had to choose, would be your character of the episode? I know Negan and Maggie are usually the characters of the episode, but if there's a second, a character besides them that deserves the character of the episode, that's who I usually give it to, although sometimes I do pivot to Negan and Maggie. Like I said, if you want to familiarize yourself with this channel, at the end of this video, with about 20 seconds left to go, I'll put either some playlists in the end screen or some video links to different Walking Dead content. I'll put my review of The Walking Dead, the main Walking Dead show series finale, Rest in Peace, right over there. And then I'll put like my playlist for The Ones Who Live, the Daryl Dixon show, and Dead City. I think. I'm not 100% sure yet what I'll do. Or I'll put like my top Walking Dead characters video. So make sure you check out that stuff if you want to really familiarize yourself with just this channel. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You are watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I know I set my goals high. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV. This will be The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called Why Did the Mainlanders Cross the River? And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start with the Herschel flashback. He's strapped to a chair, and Nadama tells Herschel that this really doesn't have anything to do with him. She gives Herschel some food and says that she'll arrange for him to get a proper bed, and Herschel requests a coat, as it's pretty cold, as well as some paper, so he has the ability to draw, because we know that Herschel likes to draw. Then we have Maggie, Pearlie, Ginny, Herschel, and Narvaez, and the rest of the folks that are associated with New Babylon. They're heading to the city, and we have a walker grab one of the members of this group, and this walker apparently bites this member, and the member is down. So Pearlie puts this person down, permanently, and then we see that the walker has a big hole where its heart should be. Interesting. The Croat tells Negan he knows where Negan draws the line. Children. He says if we come across the child that you saw, don't worry, you won't have to be the one that puts the person down. Narvaez tells Maggie and Pearlie that they have to get methane. Pearlie tells Maggie that he's on her side. They head to a boathouse. They have to walk through a field, though, and there's lots of walkers that end up being in this field, and they kind of sneak up on you. Ginny has to leave her bag behind, which Herschel finds, and Herschel is attacked by a walker, and an unnamed female character, I assume it's a female, pulls Herschel away to safe ground, and he yells out for his mom and Ginny. Negan asks the Croat about why the Dama treats him like her red-headed stepchild. The Croat says, the Dama and I are partners. She trusts me. Yes, she is cruel sometimes, I know. It's all about bringing out our potential. And she thinks that Negan has gone a little soft, or a little bit soft, but he told her that the old Negan is still there. He just needs to get his hands a little bloody. Negan volunteers to go into the park, and the Croat sends his enforcer, which I believe his name is Waylon, with him and says, happy hunting. Maggie, Ginny, Pearlie, Narvaez, and the rest of the New Babylon folks meet this other group that apparently that female, that unnamed female that saved Herschel is a part of, and they give them shelter from the walkers in the field. The leader, who we didn't hear a name from, I believe, says to the New Babylon folks, Maggie and Pearlie, that they've been noisy. She tells Pearlie that the dead protects them. Maggie is going to look for Herschel, and tells Pearlie to lay off the New Babylon bullshit while she's gone. And Herschel wonders where the hell he is. He's at like where a fountain is. Of course, it doesn't have any water, and I don't think. And we go back to a flashback of the Dama watching Herschel draw. She mentions she heard that that man Negan did to his father. Herschel kind of downplays this, as he wasn't even born yet. And then his mom is the one that was all obsessed with it. She tells him that he doesn't have to pretend with her, and then she leaves. Negan and the Croat's enforcer, I believe again his name is Waylon, find the dead member of New Babylon, and he says since Negan lived with them, that makes Negan a Mainlander, and then the whole episode title, what did the Mainlander cross the river, or whatever it was, said. And then we have Negan and Waylon have to go through like this tunnel where there's walkers coming out from the sides grabbing them. And unfortunately, this enforcer character, Waylon, is kind of left behind. Negan lets him get bit a bunch of times and doesn't try to save him. And he calls Negan a traitor. And then we have Narvaez tell Pearlie that all Maggie cares about is her son. We have to wait for the right moment and do what we have to do. And then the unnamed woman finds Herschel again. Herschel tells her that he's not going to hurt her. She likes Herschel's drawing. The big guy, Waylon, shows up. We can see that he's been bitten, but he hasn't turned yet, and attacks them. And he actually stabs his weapon through this unnamed female character's leg. And Negan actually shows up and saves the day by killing this enforcer, Waylon, I believe again his name is. And then Herschel even shoots his weapon at Negan, but he does apparently come close to Negan because he's not a good aim. And then Maggie meets up with Herschel again. They help the wounded person get back to her people. And then we go to another flashback. Herschel leaves his room and is attacked by walkers. He ends up taking care of them, and the Dama is glad that he's okay. And then the Dama Dama takes Herschel on an elevator. And then the Dama talks about rebuilding, look out at the city and what it could be. And is the Dama the one that took Herschel's toe? Or maybe something happened where his toe had to be amputated and the Dama isn't the one that, is evil. I don't know. She can be evil at times, but maybe she's actually good with kids like Negan is. Who knows? But anyway, Herschel back at this new group's place gives Ginny back her bag. Herschel tells Maggie that Negan killed the Croat guy, Waylon, and Maggie starts to freak out. He's like, Mom, just all you care about is revenge on this guy. And then Narvaez says the group is distracted, this new group, so now's the time. And Pearlie's like, stand down, Major. And then the unnamed female character that Waylon had stabbed his weapon through on her leg is dying. Herschel gives her his drawing and kind of does what they do, where he like bends down and like touches his head with their head, and kind of like a respect to the dead or a respect to the living, I don't know. And then the leader stabs this injured character in the heart area, or around the heart area, creates this hole where she takes the heart out. So they're the ones doing this stuff. And then we have the Croat jamming out to tunes in his car. Negan shows back up. Negan tells the Croat that they got stuck in a thorny situation and Wayland went down. And the Croat says, accidents happen. Like, he doesn't care. I kind of figured this would happen. Accidents happen. Walkers eat the heart of the now turned character who we didn't get a name to, or I didn't hear it. And Maggie watches this and seems a little sad. And then Maggie asks Herschel if he remembers when they were at the Bricks and if the city has some pull, some special pull on him. Herschel says he doesn't see this place as a terrifying city. He sees what it can become, or something new, like the potential. And then we have another flashback to the Dama giving Herschel a fresh pencil, one that's much bigger, and that's what ends this episode of The Walking Dead Dead City. So I actually took a nap before this episode. I slept for like 3 hours plus, and my thinking of the episode was much better. I enjoyed it a lot more, so I'm going to try to take a nap before every episode. I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. And my character of the episode, obviously Negan and Maggie are characters of most every episode. In this one, though, if I had to choose somebody different, I'm going to go with Herschel, because he was a pretty big focal point in this. I'm just wondering where the Dama Herschel story is going to go. If she's the one that cut his toe off, or maybe something else happened. He got bit and they had to amputate it or something like that. Who knows? But I'm sure we'll find out, because there's supposed to be some twists in this season, and maybe that's a twist that we weren't expecting. Like the Dama was actually good to Herschel. Seems like that way so far. We will see how things happen in the end, though. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, Dead City, or The Walking Dead in general, or Dexter, or UFC fight reactions, and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are as far as this episode of The Walking Dead Dead City goes. What would you rate the episode, and who would you choose as a character of the episode? Try to do somebody besides Negan and Maggie if possible. Remember to click right here for my Walking Dead series finale video titled Rest in Peace, and other Walking Dead playlists that I'll put. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I know I set my goals high. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDevTV.